So as you can see, I've got the board back in the vise. I've still got my block of wood strapped on, the rubber bands and everything, and I've got it in the vise just to hold it still while I solder a couple pins. I'm using my rosin core solder, the larger Radio Shack solder, because I don't want to bother with flux on these. And so I'm going to tack one pin to the north and one to the south. That's done. And once that's in, that's going to hold the tube pretty well dimensionally. So I'm just going to check my alignment here. Just take a look, see if everything still looks pretty square, which it does. So now I'm going to tack one east and west. And I'm going to take that back out and check the front to back alignment now. This one, since I don't have a board, or I don't have a block of wood holding the thing steady, you just kind of got to eyeball it. So, you know, look down on it like this, see if it looks pretty straight. If all else fails and you manage to get it in there a little crooked, there is a way to fix it at the end, but you risk breaking everything, and it's better to not have to do it at all. It looks pretty good to me, so I'm going to go ahead and solder the rest of the pins. And it's going to be tough to keep my hand out of the action here, so just have to deal with that. I don't really imagine anybody's still watching at this point anyway. No real trick to soldering these. This is soldering 101 basically. These are just regular through hole pins. Just remember to apply the heat to the pin and then add solder. And that looks like all of them. Now I'm going to pull that out of the vise, check with my loop, make sure I didn't miss any connections, make sure I don't have any bridges. It's very unlikely on such large leads, but it doesn't hurt to check. One thing that is common when you do this is the solder kind of flows through the hole around the wire, so you may have some connections where there's just not enough solder. All of these look good. So we're basically done. At this point I usually trim the leads down to maybe about 1/8 of an inch so that there's no chance that any of them can touch each other, and fire it up and see what happens, and best of luck.